Delirium Red.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. The sun is well and truly over the yard arm, which means it's time for a beer. And I've got a bottle of Delirium Red fruit beer from the Huyghe or Huyghe. I can never pronounce it in Flemish. I'm not even going to try. They're a Belgian brewery based in East Flanders. And they do the famous Tremens, Delirium Tremens, which I reviewed the other day. A real nice blonde, spicy blonde, almost like a triple, which was really good, really nice. And at the same time, I picked up a bottle of this stuff. This is their red fruit beer. Now, I've been reading up about this beer, and it seems quite promising. It's got lots of cherries in it. It's not a lambic; it's a fruit beer, and they've got a lot of these fruit beers in Belgium. They brew a lot of them, and they're quite popular. You've got to be careful with them though. A lot of these are just full of sugar, glucose, dextrose. They're quite popular. You get a lot of these fruit beers, but as I say, you've got to be careful with them because and it's the same with this one as well. This contains cherry concentrate, elderberry concentrate. And sweetener as well, and flavourings. So, approach with caution. Let's stop gassing and let's see what's inside this bottle. It is a 330ml bottle. It is an 8% beer, a strong fruit beer, and it's coming in at, I think, 8%. As I said before earlier, it's got the additives. It's got the usual hops and malt, barley, etc., and yeast. But it's also got elderberry concentrate, cherry concentrate, sweetener, and flavourings. Now, that can go either one of two ways. It can give it a really horrible artificial flavour, or it can give it a nice. Dogs are fighting again, idiots. It can give it a really nice flavour like you'd get in a Belgian double or something like that, because they contain quite a lot of dextrose and glucose, etc, etc. Let's get it open and let's see what's inside. Right, on the nose, out of the bowl. Spice, sweet cherry, and a touch of sourness on that as well, which is it's unusual. I don't know whether I pointed out the bottle or not. I did it in the last one. It's a normal brown bottle, but it's covered in it's got like a covering which gives it like a stone sort of porcelain type effect, which looks pretty cool. You know, it's got ridges on it, it's raised, etc. But yeah, it looks quite good. Let's get it in the glass and see what's going on in here. Now, I poured the Delirium into a normal pint-sized glass, and I missed out a lot on the yeast. I couldn't get the whole lot in there because it was so lively. So I'm not making that mistake with that. I'm going to pour that into glass, and there it is in the glass. Nice pink head on it. My mate Julian likes pink head, as I told you before. There is a fair bit of colour in that. God, can you hear that fucking shit music? Jesus Christ. I will have words about that in a minute. It's a nice red colour, nice cherry red colour, almost like a lambic. Looks quite nice on the nose out of glass. Artificial cherry. I'm going to fucking turn that music down. I will be back in a minute. Yeah, so there it is in the glass. Head is dissipating. Half finger head, almost non-existent now, but you'd expect that with the alcohol content. There's not much of an aroma. You get like a slight cherry type aroma, but there isn't much. Let's get it down the hatch. Cheers. Whoa. Oh, that is interesting. First of all, you don't get spirit alcohol, but you get the alcohol warming as it's going down. And that's really nice. You can feel that right down into your stomach. That is really nice. There is a lot of spice on this. And there's also a lot of cherry. And the two mixed together make for very interesting flavours. I'm just gonna dive in again. I want to capture everything that's coming out of this. That's nice. And the reason that's nice is because with the other cherry, the Castile Rouge that I tried yesterday, that was okay, it wasn't bad, but it had like that sickly sweet, clingy type aftertaste, cherry aftertaste, which was a bit artificial. This hasn't got that, and this has got a lot of spice on top of it, like a lot of pepper and clove type spice on top, which takes away the intensity of the sweetness. Now this has been brewed with sweet cherries, normal cherries, and the concentrate that they talk about, the elderflower concentrate. But none of them are overpowering. There's cherry there, definitely, and I'm getting some of that elderflower now as well. But the spice on top of it, nice pepper, clove, almost like turmeric. It's got that dryness to it, which is really nice. There's a bit of coriander in there too, I think. But it's not your average fruit beer. There's a lot more spice than I've tried on the Leffe Rouge, as I say, the Castile Rouge, and there was another fruit beer I tried which was really sweet and sickly, and it contains a lot of, artificial sweetness, as does this, but the spice on this makes this really interesting. I really like that, and I'm going to save something for my missus to try. I don't think she's going to like this because it hasn't got that intense sweetness. It's got a layer of spice on that stands that apart from most of the other Belgian fruit beers, and this is really good. I really like it. It's not a lambic. You haven't got that sourness that you get with a cherry lambic, or the intensity of the flavour of the cherries, but what you do get is a nice undercurrent of cherry, slightly artificial, some subtle elderflower, but a lot of spice on top, which just balances out the sweetness and makes it a lot more palatable, I think, anyway. Yeah, it's nice. Intense cherry, then you get your spice, and then as you swallow, you get a mixture of the two. None of that horrible clingy mouthfeel that you get, the sweet clingy mouthfeel. Yeah, this is really good. I really like that. So what's the verdict? This is probably the best fruit beer, the best cherry fruit beer, not the best cherry lambic, because it's not a lambic. This is the best fruit beer I've tasted so far. With these fruit beers, you've got to be so careful because they contain all the sugar, all the the dextrose, the glucose, the artificial colours, the sweeteners, you know, anything goes with these. And you can get some real bad ones, in my opinion. This one, however, because of the spice on this, it takes away from that artificial, horrible, cheap sometimes, cherry flavour. And what it gives you is a nice balance of spice and fruit. And I really like that. And I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10 because, as I say, this isn't really my favourite style, but it's a really, really good fruit beer. And I like it. So yeah, that's an 8 out of 10 from me. And I recommend it. And remember, beer is working class champagne.